pick up where we left last time after a fateful crash of the game with our Omnath deck. We got kicked out, and this time we're going to try to get the Zendikar's Roil going on and try to find some sweet victory. So our deck is a little bit not interactive with the opponent's hand. There's not too much removal going on for us, so the plan is quite straightforward. We ramp and we play big stuff. So this is maybe nice looking hand because we have Chandra at our reach. We have one ramping spell, but also Warped Landscape plus Evolving Wilds, allowing us to go for more basics. Yeah, let's see what we find in our next turns. Maybe we should try to get the Evolving Wilds going, so we start thinning out our deck. The opponent with a colorless start with Rogue's Passage. So here we are going to take this opportunity to use one of our Evolving Wilds and get just another mountain. And I think I should have gotten a Wastes, just in case we draw into a more convenient Ruin in their Wake ramp spell. But we can get there with Natural Connection, I guess. So not too bad. Opponent now plays black, and I think his deck is a little bit oversized. So let's go find ourselves a Wastes, but we can, since this one is an instant, we can wait. There's no rush. So next turn we can drop Zendikar's Roil, and I think that is a very nice play. Opponent just double black and colorless. And what else? Perhaps he has something that makes us sacrifice our creatures, or perhaps he's scared of our mana base because we can pack a burn spell. So here, a beautiful ramp. Oh, my dog! I was planning on dropping Chandra after this, but double Zendikar Roil is just too good to let it pass. So Zendikar Roil, Evolving Wilds, we get 4 2/2 elemental tokens. So the opponent with some techie deck with Elusive Tormentor, he gets to transform this one into the Insidious Mist. That is a very hard to deal with creature, but he can return to his other form to hit us. So for the time being we are going to be getting a couple of elemental tokens. Yeah, that's it. And probably we can drop Chandra. Well, Chandra could kill this guy if he transformed into the O1 pretty easily. So we have to wait if the opponent taps out and gets this one transformed. Flyer with Death Touch. I think Chandra is going to have to deal with all these guys and try to not kill our tokens while she does so. So here, let's see. This one is not going to be able to pass through double elementals here. So the opponent decided to do nothing. We get another duo. So the preemptive Chandra will be able to kill this guy, but I think we can attack the opponent blocks and then Chandra does 2. He removes all our tokens, but we get to get rid of those annoying guys. So let's see what happens. We expect this one to block one of these. That is a bad idea because we could be running lots of bump up. So here we get in for 2 and we lost 2 tokens, but here comes Chandra to clear -X for 2. Nothing the opponent can do about this. And Warped Landscape, I think is the best one. We get our 2 new tokens. These tokens are quite interesting how they look. A little bit silly, I would say. What is this helmet? Alright, let's see what is the next play from the opponent. Chandra is able to bring 2 new elementals every turn as long as we keep her with us. So now we just wait for Omnath, and meanwhile we can hit the opponent for quite a bunch. Now this is not going to do much against that many tokens. So should I play a land here? Eldritch Evolution is nice, but this is a 0 mana cost. It's not going to be very useful. We could try to discard our hand to get something going on. So let's attack with everyone. Probably the opponent just blocks one of the elementals, and next turn is going to be hitting Chandra for 2, but there's no way to avoid that. But the opponent should be a little bit more scared of our hand, I would say. Let's just scare the opponent. Now his life total is being drained, but he recovers a little bit when this one gets tapped. But if he attacks us, he's going to be receiving quite a deal next turn. So best draw for us currently would be the Evolutionary Leap to get more cards. Bearer of Silence. Yeah, we have to sacrifice something. Yeah. Well, we don't mind sacrificing 1 token because we are going to keep them coming. Something's going on with the connection. Apparently, game is thinking or synchronizing or going deep into the ocean. So let's hope that the opponent stays. Yeah, this should not be with us. Come on, please. We are casting over here. Come on, game. Okay, apparently something occurred now, but this timer over here is frozen. We can zoom something. Okay, the elemental token. This looks much bigger than a 2/2, but what gives? Now, I don't know what's going on here. We should be able to move on, but don't know what happens. Opponent is probably going to be delighted if he gets to play Liliana or Obnixilis, but we can deal with that. So come on, game. We were doing so fine here. I think the sync failed and we are going to have to concede here. So if you're watching this video, just move ahead and try to skip this part of the video. Otherwise, you are going to be listening to my rambling. So meanwhile, I can take this time to discuss some of the interactions that could happen in the deck. So Eldritch Evolution here is a very nice card to find the Omnath that we want, but we are carrying just one copy because we have just one Omnath, and to make that work we will require to have a lot of 5 drops. There are actually quite a decent number of interesting elemental 5 mana creatures that we could use, but they take too much space in the deck, and we already have the Zendikar Roil with us. Therefore, those are not so appealing in this deck, but I have some other uses for those elemental big guys, but it's not going to happen here. So let's see if the game decides to finally think. Come on, game. Come on. So, alright. This is a little bit sad. Please. Come on. You can do it. Don't you want somebody to sing? You need somebody to sing. Alright. Well, let's wait another half minute and concede, because this is not showing any signs of proceeding. So another interesting fact is that having Omnath in this deck might convey us to play over 60 cards, and I was seriously thinking about doing a 100 cards deck just to drop in all the available ramp cards, so all the green spells that give you extra lands, and well, it could let us add some interesting creatures as well. Alright, okay, disappointed, but okay, I wish, I think that we would have won that game that we have to forfeit, but what are we going to do? Okay, let's see now. Opponent is going to be playing white and red humans or something similar. Now Greenwarden is fine. The Akoum plus Evolutionary Leap might work on turn 4. Let's try to make that happen. Yeah. So here, what's the deal here? I think the Akoum Stonewaker earlier is not going to be that good. Maybe we should start with the Evolutionary Leap. We have the Greenwarden of Murasa, so perhaps it's good that we try to stop the aggression here. Now Rolling Thunder, that changes a little bit what we were trying to do. So let's just to get the option, I'm going to have Deep Blocker available, so if the opponent wants to trade, I'll do it. If the opponent happens to place an enchantment or another pump in this guy, yeah, that's bad for us. 3-4 is getting Renowned and Vigilance, so the plan of blocking is going down the drain. So our hope is to get enough mana to kill that guy with Rolling Thunder before the opponent gets to kill us. but no, don't pay because we desperately need mana here. Yes, that's right. Now, next turn, not enough. We could Evolutionary Leap and make a token appear and use save token to search for another creature, maybe Jaddi Offshoot, actually called Jaddi Offshoot, but I like to call them Jaddi Offshoot. We need another red to be able to cast Rolling Thunder. We have to do it for 5 at least, so we need 7 mana. A dire situation here. This is 6. So Warped Landscape. Don't pay yet. Evolutionary Leap. So our life total is quickly going down the drain. The opponent can freely attack with these 2 creatures if he wants to make Gideon unblockable. Yeah. The Council's Lieutenant is not going to be able to attack us just yet. Nothing we can do over here. I think we have to crack this and get ourselves the red. A little bit shame that we cannot have Omnath in play with that. Evolving Wilds might come up handy. So here's the thing. Should I pay and use Evolutionary Leap? Should I use Greenwarden of Murasa to stop the Council's Lieutenant? The opponent might kill that guy. Do not pay. We can Rolling Thunder and deal with these 2 now. Yeah. Next turn we can finish this guy. So let's go with the Greenwarden of Murasa, and maybe the opponent has Declaration in stone. That could be bad. Declaration in stone pretty much kills us for good. Any other pump up, maybe he has another Nimbus Wings and we also die here. Hopefully we can block the Council's Lieutenant, otherwise he shoots us for 4 additional points, but we are getting near Rolling Thunder region. Let's see, no, he can, oh, alright. There's a number of things he can do, so here red finally showed up. Call of the Full Moon over the Council's Lieutenant and Nimbus Wings too. Yeah, this is 10 flying damage, so we couldn't get our answers on due time. Yeah, a little bit of ramping missing for us, and we delayed too much Rolling Thunder, but I think even if we used Rolling Thunder the turn before, we still were going to die in just another turn. Yeah, so let's go ahead and go again. So dealing with the enchantments, of course, always problematic. So there's another line of action for the deck is to run Reclamation Sage, or even better, that 5 mana guy that destroys enchantments. I don't recall the name, but being with 5 mana is quite castable in a ramping deck like this, and we get to use the Eldritch Evolution to get to Omnath. Let's see if we run into better luck this time. Well, plentiful of ramp going on. Yeah, let's keep this and try to thin out the deck as soon as possible. So by turn 5 we should be at 8 mana, I guess. And the Embodiment of Insight is really nice. So let's begin with the Mountain, just to scare the opponent. So we threaten with a Fiery Impulse, because, well, I don't think that threat is going to stop much, but let's just pause, just to use a little bit of mind games there. So, Evolving Wilds. So we do not need to use Evolving Wilds here, because we have 2 basic untapped lands, so we can use Natural Connection and then Explosive Vegetation, or maybe even better, Embodiment of Insight. Opponent probably going with a Delirium deck of sorts. Liliana, we do not want Liliana to transform, because that makes us discard our hand, and also is going to enable Delirium for the opponent pretty quickly. So Wasted has arrived. Let's continue. So this is 5, we can play this next turn. Not sure if we should do that. Uh-oh. So this makes us exile 2 cards from our hand, and he's doing it right away. So I think one of the Explosive Vegetation and 1 Forest. Should be about good. We are going to go after a mountain here. And so the opponent is trying to get into Delirium ASAP, and we have the Eldritch Evolution with us. That makes me regret not having double green here, but so what to do? We can go for double green with this, or drop the Landscape and Embodiment of Insight, but if the opponent kills this, it's pretty bad. So let's go with this and get 1 green, 1 mountain, and perhaps double green just in case. And well, we have 6, 7, 8. So yeah, I think that I'm going to use the Evolving Wilds just now. Life total is steadily lowering, but the opponent is only having 3 lands there. He has access to another mana with the Cultivator, and he draws the other effect from the Alchemist's Veil, lets the opponent get to Delirium faster, because he gets an artifact in the graveyard. Now let's properly count our mana. So we have 7 on the board. This is 5, 8. We can get Omnath just next turn, but it's kind of scary, so I'm not going to just go with Omnath bare naked. So I'm going to drop this. Get the mountain, make the corporate landscape. The waste is going to be attacking for 3. That's good. I don't think we are going to be seeing an attack from the opponent unless he has some combat trick to pass through our 4/4. But he probably can kill the creature. Fertile ticket. That's a very slow card. I do not like it because you miss one of your cards from top of the library. I don't think the opponent found a land out of this. Let's see if he attacks. Graveblade Marauder. It's not going to be attacking us just now. And well, Omnath is happening with a lot of tokens. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, let's go with Omnath. I think that's the way to do. So this is the objective, and his name is Omnath, Locus of Rage. Warped Landscape, give us 1/5/5 guy, and continue. Yes, the elementals 5/5. Now let's see if the opponent has something to deal with all this. We have 2 more tokens coming up. What's he doing? He has no place. He can crack the vial with that cultivator. Don't think he's going to do that. Many ways to kill the Omnath, probably, but we can respond with some more lands activations. Kindly Stranger, as long as the opponent has no delirium, we have no worries here. But if we attack, we can get into trouble. So this is one card type. Any creature is another, so if the opponent has an Evolving Wilds, he gets delirium already. Chandra for Chandra for 3 is kind of a good idea here. What's the opponent trying to do? Before or after the fact? If we send this and he trades Liliana transforms, we can try to kill Liliana, but not that good idea, I think. So I'm going to clear, but leave the Graveblade Marauder up, because otherwise we lose our Chandra, and Chandra being around is quite nice. The opponent probably wants to use this. So let's move into the combat. Yeah, doesn't matter. And now that our hand is empty, there's not much to worry about. Of course, the opponent still probably can somehow kill Locus. He has now Delirium. No, he's missing one card type. but he's getting closer. Any sorcery, instant, land, or Planeswalker in the graveyard is going to do it. But we have Chandra. Getting Evolutionary Leap is going to be good, so we're going to be cracking these two just to filter the deck and have less lands with us. And next turn we are going to swing for 20 at the face of the opponent. So Nissa is not going to stop our fun. Forest. Run forest. Dead weight over. Doesn't matter. Well, it actually doesn't matter if the opponent gets more of this. We're going to get I think a forest might be okay. And so the opponent decided to leave. I wonder why. I cannot. Ah! I cannot. But Windows. Right. Click the mountain, please. Mountain. But come on, this I want to click. Yeah. Confirm and continue playing. Somehow we cannot minimize one of those windows. And now that it was just a mountain. Well, we could draw something else. Yeah, doesn't seem too bad. Yeah, we get to draw something else and see what is. Ruin in the wake. Well, I think I should have do this after the fact, but yes, get it on the field, and probably going to be dealing 13 damage to the face and clearing the creatures of the opponent. Well, who would say that we will be using Chandra to draw? Kind of funny. Now the opponent still hasn't gotten the Delirium enabled. Well, if he's running Flight Ticket, I think his deck needs a little more polish. So drop the forest, so we do not discard that one. Well, we could have drawn 2 more cards. Yeah, doesn't matter too much. Jaddi Offshoot, who cares? And finish the opponent. We can even send Omnath into attacking. The opponent could have a fog, but he didn't. Yeah, Omnath, my dear friend, you gave us another victory. So, against the aggressive decks, we are slow and we cannot get into the place we like. The only salvation is to have the Jaddi Offshoots on the starting hand. But other than that, it seems to be doing its job. We haven't met the declaration in stone so far, or some counter spells that will be very painful against Omnath. So let's see if we can repeat the heroic here. Yeah, pretty decent ramping going on. So let's hope to draw into something that we can use to make us win. So turn 3, turn 2 we get Run in the Wake. Evolving Wilds might be, so we don't draw into so many basics since we have the ramping on the hand. Yeah, Let's get forest. Of course, there's again the argument of dropping mountain to scare the opponent, but he's playing red and white. And Selfless Spirit. I could say that the opponent is going to try to make a lot of tokens with white and red, and this guy is there to save all the tokens just in case. So we have a little time, but the one that gets more creatures out is going to win, so we have to hurry and get our thing going on. Nissa's Renewal is going to buy us some time, but not that much. So next turn we can use Network Connection, we get to 4 and we can drop another Evolving Wilds, so we get to 5 and follow up with Nissa's Renewal. So we're going to be flooding with mana pretty soon. Let's see what the opponent drops next. Hunger Garrison could be very bad, so he has vehicles, so probably a bunch of Thopter and Servo tokens and vehicles, or some other shenanigans. So Network Connection, it's going to give us, well, another forest. We have too many basics on the hand, so I think Evolving Wilds. So we start drawing something more active. Yeah. Getting the mountains are good for the Akoum Stonewaker. So maybe we should go for another mountain. We have a forest in hand. Opponent playing the Pala. Very nice dwarf pilot, and he found Chandra. This is going to be problematic. He's crewing Renegade, so we're going to be eating quite a punch. So let's hope we draw something amusing here, because the opponent also has little spires. So hopefully we get the Evolutionary Leap soon. Let's see. It is Nissa's Pilgrimage. Let's go with Renewal before we die and get all the mountains out. Mountains, yeah. We got back to 17, but we have no board. We have 3 forests and 5 mountains and 1 waste. We have 8 mana. If we get Omnath, we cannot play next to Pilgrimage. The opponent now has Cultivator's Caravan, another Selfless Spirit. So if we get Chandra, we are not going to be able to kill all the creatures. Yeah. We are going to be needing some form of miracle happening here. Jaddi Offshoot could be good. Akoum Stonewaker, not enough. Yeah, Zendikar's Roil can save us. Duels of Murasa, 3. We get that Nissa's Renewal. So let's do that. Just no. Oh god, we cannot do so. So we can only get the Evolving Wilds. No point in playing the Evolving Wilds. Let's just drop a forest and move on. 3, we have, yeah. If we are lucky enough to draw Omnath, we still die. So what we have accomplished is to really ramp ourselves, but other than that, the opponent has this guy is 5, this is another 5, both get +1/+1, yeah, and also we take the flying damage, plus the opponent might activate the middle spires. No, he can't both activate this and equip and grow the Cultivator's Caravan. So, yeah, but 5 here. Yeah, this is 6 +6. Yes, we died. So let's go towards our next challenge, and let's see. Okay, the ramping occurred, life gain also did happen, but we were missing some action. We naturally draw too many lands, so we could say that we were mana flood. So come on, let's see if we can put together the Zendikar Roil and Omnath. Too tempting, but I think it's too much of a risk to keep just the mountain, because the ramp spells need a forest. This is a little bit more interesting, so we can start sending 3/1 elementals to the opponent's face. He's quite likely to have renowned creatures with enchantments. Those are going to be painful for us. So let's hope we can drop the Omnath pretty soon. I wish we could somehow send one card from the hand to back to the library, so we can use the Eldritch Evolution. Would be so cool. But now we are going to put a blocker, so this guy is not going to be attacking for quite some time, because the opponent is not going to trade. I'm pretty sure about that. And if I'm wrong, we have Pulse of Murasa to bring back the Stonewaker. Now the opponent can have some pump up, some buff spell, such as this guy. So if the opponent has Thalia, it's going to be really bad for the tokens. So now we do not want to block this, and we're going to be racing. We have at least 4 3/1 tokens to send to the face of the opponent, so that's 12 damage. And Embodiment of Insight might help us later on. Haste plus trample. Yeah, some sort of glitch is going on with the game. What's happening? Yeah, I think the connection is somehow failing. Yeah, something weird happened. I don't know what was it. And now we are stuck against some AI. This is not as interesting or entertaining as before. But, well, what are we going to do about that? Well, probably we're going to repeat the play next turn. That's what Recruiter. Maybe we should use Duels of Murasa without target. Blocking this is not good. because we lost our only thing in play. Now Selfless Spirit. Yeah. And second Pulse. Play. Yes. Please attack here. This is turning over. This is going to turn. Yeah. Another aggro deck that is going to kill us. Yeah. I think we are pretty much dead here. Is there something we can do? For the time being, the best blocking is this. We take 7 damage. 5. Sylvan Advocate with for 1, thanks to the Calling Horde. This spawns another token, this grows. Yeah, could be interesting. We could both play Chandra's Ignition and something else, but we don't even have double red here. Yeah, this gives us 6 and 1 blocker. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, but we played 2, so we're a little. Oh no! Like, oh boy! Lifelink for everyone. This is for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we die here, despite our blocking attempts, and the opponent gains a crapload of life. Yeah. Well, another defeat against the aggro deck. Let's see. Okay, let's call it the game. So we lost the first one because the sync was failing us. We lost against the aggro decks, and against Delirium deck we did pretty good. So I'm going to call it a day and open a booster pack to finish this one video, and sometime we might return to Omnath, perhaps with the 100 cards deck, and see how it fares. But for the time being, let's just check what's in the store for us. Harnessed Lightning, nice instant with an energy deck. Cathartic Reunion, Ornamental Courage, so a very cheap instant to save a creature from certain death. Trusty Companion, nice looking card, but a bit too expensive for my taste. And Obiya Pashiri, one of my favorites from Kaladesh. 1 mana, you get a 1/2 that can give you an endless number of tokens, and some of them may be really powerful. The only downside is that it's a legendary creature, so you can have only 1 at the time on the board. So that's it for today, or maybe we later come back with another new deck. But for the time being, sayonara, and don't forget to leave your comments.